Why should you get a mortgage in principle or an agreement in principle before you start to look for a property? We had a client the other day, and I recorded a similar video to this a little while ago, where they were told by their mortgage advisor that you shouldn't get an agreement in principle at the moment because it's going to affect your credit score, which, to be honest, is absolute nonsense. The reason probably behind it is they're probably at this very moment in time not believing that you're maybe serious, or they haven't got the time to actually squeeze you in, because ultimately at this very moment in time you haven't found anything, so they can't progress the application to full application. They don't want to put the time in, basically. It's really interesting because our mortgage advisor in-house, he does what's called a soft search, so he can get an agreement in principle, but ultimately there's so many benefits to making sure that you get all of this information up hand. So number one, you know you're looking in the right price for a property, so ultimately you're not going to be looking at properties that are over your budget. From that soft search, it may highlight that you need to address a couple of other issues that may take a week or two to resolve. So that's another reason. From an estate agent's point of view, this is why I felt it relevant to bring this video back out. I had a situation recently where we've had 2 offers again on the property, and our sellers were very, very quick to make a decision, and unfortunately this buyer that wasn't in a position where they had a mortgage in principle was too late to the party. So what it ended up doing is our seller had to make a decision. They've ended up going with this other buyer purely because we hadn't got the proof that we needed, because once they found the property and made an offer, then they went and got the mortgage in principle, which highlighted a couple of issues that they had to resolve. So what it's ended up doing is this particular client, unfortunately, now has missed out on this property. The other thing that I've noticed as well going through this process myself is sometimes I've known advisors to take an hour or two to get everything in place, whereas the mortgage advisor that we have in-house, name's Dylan, absolutely fantastic. All he needs to know from you is 5 simple parts: what deposit you have, wages, credit score, which you can do yourself before obviously speaking to him, and a couple of other little things as well. So generally this is usually just a 10-minute phone call where you don't have to spend all that time. You just need to get all that information together. You then can present it to him, and then he'll go off and then he'll find the right particular lender for you to go to. So, and then from this he'll be able to guide you as to whether or not you need X or you need Y, but ultimately he can get you that mortgage in principle and qualified. So from my point of view, if you're coming to me and making an offer, I know that you're good to go and ready to go there. If that is of interest to you, his Calendar link is just here. Click on that, and then again you can set up a meeting with him that you can go through these questions. But I strongly advise that you get your agreement in principle before viewing a property, because again you could miss out.